Boys and girls, today we're going to talk about the
Heart.
You nailed it. All right, we're going to talk about the heart today. And we're going to talk about our resting heart rate and our max heart rate and what it means and how to calculate it. Okay, so our resting heart rate is what our heart rate is when we're at rest. Exactly. So you're going to come right here to your carotid artery. So you go to your center of your neck, you come off to the side, and you should feel kind of a pulse. And what you do is you count for every time that it pulses for 6 seconds. All right, so let's do that right now. Freeze. Now, whatever that number is, I want you to multiply it by 10. All right, please raise your hand if you want to share with us what your score was.
70.
70. All right, so we had 10 beats, or 7 pulses, and then we multiplied that by 10. Yep.
60.
60. All right. So that's going to be your resting heart rate. Now, with that being said, we want to talk about your max heart rate. Your max heart rate is going to be the same basically for everybody in here. You're going to do 220 minus your age. So let's say that I was 20 years old. What would my max heart rate be? 220 minus 20 equals
200.
200. Very good. Let's say that we were just 10 years old. Most of us are about 10. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll do 10 would equal, your max heart rate would equal 210. Now, do you think you want your heart whenever you work out to be at your max heart rate level?
No.
No. You overexert yourself. It'd be too hardcore. We can't do that. In fact, we want it to be between 50% and 85% of your max. What's 50%? So 210 divided by 2.
105.
105. So 105 would be a good number for you guys. Now this one's a little harder to kind of figure out. 85%. Well, Mr. Levesque used his old calculator. And it's 178. We'll say 175 just for a round number. Sound good? So 175. So that's the area that you want your heart rate to be in when we're working out. Do you want it to be like this in math class?
No.
No, you want it to be more at your resting heart rate, right?
Yeah.
But in PE, when we're doing our activities, we want our heart rate to be between, for the most part, 105 and 175, okay? So we're going to play a game called Hearts Up, 7 Up. Have you guys heard of Heads Up, 7 Up? Yeah. So we're going to do Hearts Up, 7 Up. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to lie flat on your belly, with your hands like this, one hand out, making the letter C. And someone's going to come over and put a noodle in your hand without anybody knowing. Okay, because we all covered up our eyes. Now, if you're lucky enough to get a noodle, you're going to be the tagger. And you're going to have to do the locomotor skill that we all have to do. So we're going to start off with walking. Do you think our heart rate is going to be lower or high if we're walking? Lower. What do you think if we are sprinting? Our locomotor skill is sprinting. Do you think it's going to be lower or higher? Higher, exactly right. All right, so with that being said, if you get tagged, you're going to have to do, let's say, you're going to go off to the side and do 2 push-ups and get back in the game. Does that sound good? All right. After the game's over, I'm going to tell you to find your pulse. We're going to take our pulse and we're going to see our heart rate. That's why it's called Hearts Up, 7 Up. All right? All right, now our locomotor skill is actually going to be sprinting. Keep your eyes in front of you. Go. And freeze. Find your heart rate. Count right now. Freeze. Multiply by 10. Raise your hand if it was higher than when we were walking.